Yo, what is up, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video with your host Kenkukun. And today we get on the Destiny 2 kind of trials training video. Now, I don't really have much footage from this weekend. I guess I didn't save what I wanted to save. I just have a couple of funny clips and one where I actually talk about something that regarding how, kind of how to defend against some supers. Now, I will cover that in this weekend real quick. I came back from vacation, right? I haven't done a video since I came back from vacation. Actually, before I went on vacation over Christmas, and now we're gonna come into the videos. And I've been thinking about it. The update to Destiny 2, the DLC, is within another month almost. We're just a month and a week away, essentially, a week and a half. So I was covering grenades. Now I covered the stasis nades. I was gonna go on to cover other grenades. I think I'm gonna wait until stasis before we continue with grenades. I'm gonna wait until not stasis but the void revamp works out and see kind of what they're gonna do with grenades. As you know, the void classes, the stasis classes, they all share the same exact grenades. Some of them do different things depending on the aspects that you run, along with the fragments. More so the aspect than the fragments, right? Some of the the stasis warlock can change their grenade into a turret. The stasis hunter just gets more powerful grenades, and the titan, well, he just gets the grenades, right? So going forward, we're gonna have to see exactly what the void revamp's gonna be. I could cover void nades now, but between now and then, it could be irrelevant within like the next month, and then from season to season, I believe Bungie said we're gonna revamp the light subclasses from season to season. So by the end of this year, we should see not only Void but Solar and Arc revamps as well. I'm very excited for the Arc revamp because I'm wondering if I'll ever get to go back to my Stormcaller, which I miss running a lot. Now with that being said, well, Ken, what the heck am I supposed to do about grenades in the near future? Well, just if you've watched the stasis video on stasis grenades, the same rules apply, right? You want to use area grenades for locking down areas, and you use your other grenades for making things go boom and dealing a lot of high damage. With the grenade cooldowns that have changed, that changes the how often they proc. I've been seeing a lot of Axiom bolts on PC lobbies from this weekend. It hasn't really picked up as much on console, but when it does, it's not an if, it's a when, right? It could be quite a problem. It's more problematic than all the invis I've been seeing this weekend are the Axiom bolts. They've been tougher to deal with than like in invis runners. I've been seeing invis on enemy teams almost every game, at least one, if not more. Every single game, I've seen 1-2 more invis hunters on the enemy team. Now, they haven't been a real big problem for me, so if they're a problem for you, come on through, watch me and on Twitch, live on Twitch, link in the description below, and you can help yourself by seeing how I deal with those invises. Now, it's Iron Banner week, so what I'm going to do in the next video real quick before we jump into these, I just have 3 clips for you. I'm going to be looking for gameplay footage from the Iron Banner matches because there's a lot of things that happen in Control that I'm going to talk about once again that kind of is avoided or not thought about in Control settings. Even Iron Banner, you're trying to win, I guess, but you don't have to win for the rewards, right? There's no incentive to truly win unless there's a bounty out there that specifically says you must get wins. But I'm pretty sure everything is a participation trophy type bounty or quest, right? In most of Destiny 2. So when it comes to Control matches and Iron Banner matches, when you think about it and you don't have to play sweaty, you just think about what probably like the best way to approach it. That also starts to play into your trials matches, right? Because if you're thinking about it at all times, right, you're doing it constantly, and it'll become like breathing. You were breathing since you were born. If you needed that spank on the butt when you were born, you started breathing. The body hasn't stopped breathing under normal circumstances. You don't stop breathing. You don't think about breathing. You think about if you hold your breath and then you, oh, I better breathe, right? Or, someone farts and you don't want to breathe, you stop, right? Right? And it's, oh man, I need to breathe, right? So, um, anyway, when you start thinking about it at all times, it just becomes a secondhand nature at some times. And some of the maps that play in trials, like we'll take the symmetrical maps, are played the same way in sixes as well. So anyway, that's gonna be the next video. So we're gonna put the grenade videos on hold for now because of the revamp. Um, and I'll cover other things. So today we're just gonna cover these 3 clips. Now, I think this one is where we are fighting an arc staff at one point in time, and now there's no audio on this because I was on Discord and I didn't. I saved this through PlayStation, so it didn't save the audio. But let me go ahead and hit play here. We come across the Steam as 4-2. Get blinded. Someone gets frozen. I don't even know they get frozen. I go over here to help my teammate. I leave my other teammate over there. I assume I call out, hey, I'm leaving you alone. And a sniper looks for me. I jump away from the sniper. Enemy tries to rush in. He's weak. I notice on my radar. Oops, too far back. Right here. It's kind of hard to see right here. If you notice top left on my radar, it tells me how many people are to the right of me and how many people are in front or to the left of me in the map. Once again, reading the radar is important. I've come out with a video that talks about the radar. Number 1, the red in the radar is a dark red. It's not a bright red, it's a dark red. That means they're not at the same elevation as me. They're either up or down elevation. So sometimes the radar can be tricked. If you're like on a box, it'll say they're at the same elevation than you, but you won't know if they're below or at the bottom. If you're on like a box or an object, that kind of puts you in between the middle where it would have split that. But because I know this map, there's nothing for them to be on. I know they're below me. I seen one guy outside to my right. Now, the line, if you look at the edge of the radar, there's also a line that covers a piece of that pie shape. And that means there's a second enemy there. He may be as close as the first enemy that's showing up on the radar. He may be a little bit farther. But he's on the radar, which indicates that there's more than one target. However, it could be a smoke grenade. It was not. I don't know if they were running top tree that have those smoke grenades or not, but at the moment it was an enemy. So I jump over to the middle with my teammates. I throw my smoke. This guy runs in and gets tagged a couple times. I notice his health bar is 1 shot. Now the radar has split a little bit. It looks like that dude's running right out to an enemy and he's going to meet him. But I pursue anyway. I'm like, look, this guy's alone. He's really weak. If I could get out the door and shoot him, we get the pick. And that's exactly what happens. By the time I get here, the radar indicates that he's sliding. He's off the radar, right? When you slide, you're off the radar for that moment because it counts as crouching. The other 2 are off to the right. And the guy that I would have thought was going to be there, he's not in front of me because, well, you would see him directly in front of my reticle. He would be at that angle. He's not there, nor is he invisible there. So I'm able to get the shot off. Boom. Now his teammate was trying to meet him. I throw the grenade. I jump around. I'm confusing and panicking myself. I call for my teammate to pop Nova Warp. The enemy pops Arc Staff because at its match point, I'm like, all right, we got a pick. We got 2 picks now. Because Nova Warp did kill someone upon popping, it looks like. And now it's Arc Staff versus Nova Warp. So I'm like, get in the air, get in the air. He's unable to get in the air. The Arc Staff is weak, but I still play kind of cautiously. Right here, I'm just trying to stay out of the hunter's range. I make it seem like I'm falling off the map. For whatever reason right there, I don't know what just happened. But most of the time, you want to stay up and away from the hunter. If you're trying to stay in the area, you want to stay in the air as often as possible. And you want to stay away from where they can jump up and swing on you. There is a lot of tracking on that. They can swing, and it'll just track vertically up to you and kill you. Now, a smarter hunter that had, if they had enough health and they had enough diligence to realize, they would have waited for me to start to fall and then go in for the attack. Especially if they weren't being attacked by my teammates. So I'm playing the air. I'm trying to stay away. I'm trying to like go and keep objects between me and them. I fake that I'm falling off the map. He comes back for the swing, misses, and then where he like dashes to my left a little bit. I think he shade steps. It doesn't show the animation because he quickly runs to the left and then comes back. I'm not sure what that is. And I'm able to finish him off. I'm also kind of timing how long the super lasts. Let's go see from the moment they pop is right around here. I'm going to look at the feed as soon as I see it. That's Nova Warp. And there's Arc Staff. All right, 48 seconds. So each super lasts a certain amount of time. All right, that's 8, 9, 10 seconds. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 to 20 seconds, I would say, is what a roaming super on average will last. And if you can kind of like, I'm not sitting there and looking at the clock and counting. Sometimes I'll count out in my head. If a golden gun pops, I'll count out 10 full seconds. As long as it gets 0 kills, the golden gun will last only 10 seconds and then run out. But I'll just kind of be like, all right, you know, I'll kind of have a feel for when the super is going to run out. If I'm running from a roaming super and I'm ready to turn around and challenge, I'll be like, all right, he should be running out right about now. I'll turn, I'll challenge. And I would say 50%, a little bit of probably more than 50% of the time, I will succeed at challenging. So the more you get used to that in all of the game modes, right? And especially when you're in one, especially when it's only one super that you're fighting or running from at a time, kind of, you know, take note of the time and how much time you're wasting, because at some point in time you may run and run and run, and you may get away from the super, but you're going to run into something, you know, like in sixes you're going to run into the rest of the team, and you're not going to be able to fight them because it's going to be 6 of them or 5 of them versus 1 of you, or even 2 of them, or even 1 of them that's just waiting for you to approach, right? You can also catch some supers as they're coming out of their super animation as a roaming super, and they'll be vulnerable for a moment before they can, you know, realize what's going to happen, before they attack. They may attack with the wrong button. Oh, I was going to melee him, but my super ran out, so I regular punched him, and now you shotgunned them, right? Or you have a shoulder charge that can actually one-shot them as they're coming out of the animation, right? If you're running Peregrine Greaves and jumping from the sky. So trying to notice when the super is going to run out is really good. And with that said, you know, you kind of stay away from the hunter. Now, if there were no bodies out there, I would have just turned and ran as fast as I could. I would use my hop and my jump. As long as you're faster than them, they normally won't catch you. Now, you got to be wary as you cut corners on a map like this. There was another super that was chasing me, and I cut a corner, and it tried to cut me off, which is the smart thing to do. I noticed it on the radar and immediately U-turned before it ever caught up to me, and I started running the other way, and we got away, and we ended up taking the round. In fact, my teammate killed him somehow, and then I got a revive and killed someone else, and then we ended up killing the very last dude sometime over this weekend. There were plenty of games I meant to save, and I just forgot to save them so we could talk about this last weekend in Trials. Now this is just a funny clip where a knife comes out of nowhere. There's another point of view from the person that was streaming with me. This video has audio because we were actually in game chat or party chat. I'm going to go get this clip somewhere. I'll upload it on Twitter maybe. I'll probably upload it on my Twitter if you want to follow me on Twitter, or just check around. It'll be there. I'll probably do that sometime. I'm probably going to start the live stream here by the time this video gets uploaded. So sometime tomorrow I'll probably have that. I'll put it together, and it looks hilarious though. But this throwing knife comes out of nowhere.
Bro, that guy just
where'd that throwing knife come from?
He just lagged and it came in from heaven, dude. I saw it.
From heaven? I need to see the clip, please. Someone clip that at Born. What was?
Yeah,
the,
so that was very interesting. Now this is a
Vandal
little
ship,
longer of a
the
clip.
big enemy ship of the Vandals. I can't even think of what they're.
I'm not sure what's gonna be going on in this. I think I just killed someone with a smoke at the end of round 1, and I thought every time I get a smoke kill, I like it. But
when it came out,
we could talk a little bit about this map. So a little bit about this map, I guess, from this clip. The reason why it's easy to lock down invis on this map is, and you see there's 50% invisible players here in this lobby, 2 on our team, 1 on theirs. This is the lane that the invis can get inside the quickest, if you get someone to see them come in, now you know the invis is there. If they don't come in through this lane, it's not to say they're not here, but you at least know they're not inside yet, and now you have 3 people set up at the other doors. You're also reading the radar for anyone not invisible on their team. You'll at least know where someone is on the team, right? Unless everyone's invisible. But yeah, you come in quickly. Usually round 1, that wheel gives you a very good cover to get in. The enemy team also has invis, so they could be invis, but I call out that they're to the left. I assume they're not to the right. I had no radar in the middle, which I think he's invisible because now he's just there. And I'm like, all right, they're all to the left, which was not the case. And if it was, they were invis or coming in late. Their radar did not do its job.
Chappy.
And I'm dancing around with this dude. He's looking for me. Throw the smoke. And it's a beautiful smoke. It is a beautiful smoke. But I've covered this map before in other videos. If you know, well, Ken, there wasn't really that much that you talked about, blah, blah, blah. You know, I've covered a lot of this video. I just wanted to put a video out there that talks about the future plan of the video. So in the next, I guess Thursday, I'm going to try to get another video out Friday before I start trials, and it'll be talking about, you know, the 6s and how it kind of how the gameplay and my thought process bleeds into my trials gameplay, and it'll kind of give you guys an idea of what to think about. Now, if you don't want to wait for that video, you can always come into the live stream on Twitch. I'll be live by the time this video hits. I will be live for about 5 or so hours tonight. And you'll everything that I say on my live stream and I talk about on my live stream usually hits a YouTube video at some point in time. And you know, it's just me repeating myself in a more constructed setting. So once again, I apologize for being so long from the videos from YouTube. Again, we will try to get out with the video tomorrow, or we'll have recordings from today. Yeah, I may even release it Thursday since I'm playing today. It's a Wednesday. I'm getting my days mixed up. Oh, yeah, there's no trials this weekend. That's right. So I have plenty of time before trials comes out. So yeah, come on through. Would love to see you on Twitch. And thank you so much for watching the video. Super appreciate it. We'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy your day.